Hello, my name is Mark and welcome to I Am Organic Gardening. I'm back out in my acreage on the farm, in the back of my farm right now, and we're going to be opening up this hive right here. This is my first hive that I started back in April, and I have 2 boxes on there, and I added the second box after, like, say 5 or 7 frames were full on the bottom box down below, and I have a feeder there. Today what we're going to do is I want to look in there with my feeder. I also have a queen excluder underneath this feeder box here with sugar water, and hopefully they built up enough in the secondary box that I can add a honey super on today. Here's my entrance below, and it's active already. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning and 85 degrees. I want to get in there before it's too hot. It's somewhat cloudy today, so that's a good way to get in there. And I'm very interested, besides this entrance here, which I'm going to smoke a little bit in the, and you can see underneath my feeder box here, I have a queen excluder. I don't want to go up there. I haven't given sugar water in the last, I say, week and a half, so there should be no bees up there. But also I'm really curious is in the future when I put my feeder box on, that this queen excluder, hopefully in my other video, they won't build up a lot of layer in between the 2 boxes of their own honey and also become a problem. On my other video prior to this, the bees were in here and they had worked so much of that comb on top of those frames in this bottom box there that when I went to go pull the top feeder off, the frames came up. It's not uncommon. I see it. Again, I'm a beginner beekeeper, but I want to see if something like that will help me in the future with these feeder boxes. I do enjoy these feeder boxes. They work very well. So here I have my honey super on top. It's a shallow box. The other boxes down here are much deeper, and my hive tool. And you can see here the frames are just slightly pre-waxed. They're going to have to do a lot of work on there, but it's not a deep frame. This is a shallow frame. They're much shorter. And there's 10 frames in a box. Okay, let's move this out of the way, like so. Put this on the ground. Now I'm going to take my lid off here. We're just going to, I don't have to smoke it per se because the bees are not up here. I'm looking for small hive beetles right now. I don't see any. Oh, nope, that wasn't a beetle. It was just another bug that was there. So let's get that out of the way. And let me get my hive tool here. We're going to see if we can pry this off nicely. It is stuck on pretty good from maybe the propolis or the honey. We're gonna do each one of these corners. There we go, not too bad. Hopefully that I won't have to deal with such a mess in here. I'm just gonna break it open a little bit here so I can get the smoker in there. The screen might come off with it, or the excluder. I call it a screen sometimes. Oh, very good. Look at that. Oh, nice and clean. It did a great job. I am so happy I did this, and I want to share this with you, how beautiful it is not to have a problem taking it off. They did a marvelous job. Look at that. You can see here that that screen is nice and clean. There's very little propolis on it, so they were doing a great job. I'm glad I did it so I didn't have the same problem with the other hive. And I'm just curious now here, gotta keep my smoker going. They're not flying out too bad, and I want to see how, before I add this honey super on, I want to see how many frames are nicely packed here. I'm just going to grab the end frame real quick. I always think I can take it out with my hands. I do see a lot of work in here. Look at that. Okay, here we go. Nope. Lots of propolis. Or let's see what this end frame is like here. Oh, not too much. There's actually nothing at all there. See, they haven't really done that yet. So I'm going to put this back in there. Let's go count over. I'm going to count over 3 frames. I don't want to take the frame out and lay it on the ground quite yet. Wow. Again, not build up too much. Just a little bit of a beginning there. They look, I believe that is honey in there somewhat, but, and you can see here that they're just starting this. This is the 3rd frame over. Now I'm going to insert this back the same way it was, like so. I think it was this way. Not hurting any bees. Nicely. Now this is my 4th frame over from your viewpoint. Look at this. Oh. This is good news. I'm happy they're up here. I'm happy they're working. They really are cooperating very nicely with me. Oh, this is super heavy. Look at that. It is filled. Look at that. I don't know why it's, maybe you can't see it, but it's very large here and very skinny there. I do not see a queen. It looks like there's lots of honey in there already in this general area. I don't see any larvae or nothing else either. It is super heavy. I'm a beginner. I don't know. Now I don't want to pull out the other frames. I'm going to just turn this around. Look at that. That is amazing. Look at that. That is nicely. I believe that is all honey by just the weight. Again, I'm a beginner. If you see something that you can help me with, please let me know. I don't see. It is amazing that they're doing honey or so here. So I think I'm going to not put the other super on right now. And the other frames are the same way here. Oops. I got my microphone wire sitting in the middle here. Let me just smoke them again. I know. I'm just sitting here and helping you. I wish you can see this, but my camera is not tall enough. Let me see if I can move over here and share this with you. So here's the top. I'm trying to hold the camera as steady as possible. And you can see here that I have 1, 2, 3. I gotta see through my veil here. 4, 5. I have 5 frames filled out. I'm going to be just cautious about doing anything more. I wasn't going to put the honey super on, but now I'm a beginner and I'm going to set these frames back in here. I'm going to put the queen excluder back on and I'm going to put the extra honey super up on top. And I think they're going to do it because I'm going to have, I planted up about 5 acres of sunflowers and they should be blooming in about, let's say, 45 days. And I think that's going to help this. And I have a good nectar source and pollen source. So I think they're going to be okay. So I'm going to actually put it on and see what happens. Again, if you have any comments about what I should do, please write them below. I take no criticism, meaning you can yell at me all you want that I'm doing something wrong. Every comment is worth something because I learned from you nice people, and all is good. There's never a wrong answer or guidance, and I always appreciate the comments. So please subscribe and leave a comment. So let's do this. I'm going to put, oh, there is bees underneath it. I will show you that in a second. I'm going to put this back on like so. That is not a queen there, and that's not a queen also. So that's good. They're happy. And I'm going to put my honey super on. Oh, see, I almost forgot something very important. I'm going to take this off for a second, and I'm going to push these frames back so there's just a proper spacing. I almost forgot that, and that's good. We're going to do that and keep them happy. See, I almost made a mistake. Again, beginning beekeeping 101. There we go. Now I'm going to put my honey super on. I'm happy with that. I'm going to space them out also too. Make sure they're in the middle and they got equal amounts on every side. I know people are also experimenting. I got 10 frames here, and also people are doing 9 frames also. So here's a feeder I have, and again, there's no bees up in the top screen, but you can see here, I'm going to just leave this out there. You can see bees that are in the middle slot there. That's how they get from the bottom to the top of inside to this feeder. And you can see that the bees are, let me point here, right in that groove there. They always build up some comb in there, but I'm going to leave that out on the side here so they just leave. I'm not worried about a queen in there, and they can fly back in at their own convenience. We're supposed to get maybe 2 inches of rain in a couple of hours, so I want to get this all done, and hopefully they will get back in that hive. I'm just going to put that lid back on, and we're all set. Okay, to all your experienced beekeepers out there, or other people, let's have a debate here. Should I put that feeder back on top of my honey super so they have sugar water to build out comb, and then I can take it off and just feed a little bit until they build out comb, so then they can get honey, so they don't have to search for it as much. And I don't want to create honey for sugar water. I'm not looking to harvest the honey this year. I just want to fill that super up with honey so they have something over winter. Please advise me. I'm looking forward to your comments and see how it goes. You are all knowledgeable people, and again, every comment is worth having from you. I love it all. So let's button this up, and I'll put the lid on. They look nice and healthy. I didn't see any hive beetles in there crawling around. And that's it. Again, thank you so much for helping me on my farm. I am in organic gardening, and I have 22 acres, and things are good. I just wish to have more bees on my property to pollinate my crops. Thanks, and I'll see you shortly. Enjoy your day.